love Burlington.
Catch all the hard-hitting football action Sundays on CBS 3. Sponsored locally by DraftKings Sportsbook. Bet with the only top-rated sportsbook app that matters.
No money out of pocket and 100% credit exceptions during this one-time sales event only at Devon Nissan. We've got Rogues, Sentras, Altimas, Muranos, Pathfinders at $0 down. Up to $8,000 off 2019. Buy or lease a 2020 at a price you won't believe. And hurry, because 2021s are arriving daily. We've got new and used specials, military specials, college grad specials. Everybody's special at justdothedeal.com. This is a huge one-time sale, and we've got the cars. The only thing missing is you. At Devon Nissan, we're waiting to just do the deal.
Oh, humans, listen to what every strain, every twist, oh no, and every backache is telling you. You cannot do this. Pain says you can't, Advil says you can.
When you're through with powering through, it's time for TheraFlu. Hot liquid medicine. Powerful relief so you can restore and recover. TheraFlu. Hot beats cold.
Another day, another chance to bounce forward.
Let's do this.
By making your internet speeds fast and reliable, so you can keep up with your customers. By ensuring those speeds have wireless internet backup. So if the power goes down, your connection doesn't. And by covering all your connected devices with serious security. So we can handle this and this, while you get on with this and this. Be fast, be secure, bounce forward with Comcast Business. Get started with powerful internet for a great price and get free installation when you order online. Call or go online today.
This season, Kia's got great deals on our new lineup of vehicles built to help you take on winter. Stop by your local Kia dealer and discover cars and SUVs loaded with advanced tech and safety features, all with our legendary reliability. So this year, you won't just cope with winter. You'll command it. Get 0% APR for 66 months, plus $1,000 holiday bonus cash or $2,500 customer cash on a 2021 Sportage.
Well, breaking overnight, 4 people are shot as gunfire erupts in Kingsessing, what police are saying about the shooting. And a double dose of hope. Moderna's COVID-19 vaccine is one step closer to approval. We'll tell you what it will mean in the fight against the pandemic. And watch your step. It's a slippery start to our frigid Friday morning as the snow and slush left behind from our winter storm is leading to some dangerous conditions in some spots. Today is Friday. We made it, everyone. December 18th. Good morning. I'm Jim Donovan. Janelle and Larissa are off today, but Matt's joining me here, holding down the fort in the studio. Good morning again, my friend.
Yeah, good morning, Jim. Like you said, a little bit icy this morning, a little frosty for us on this Friday, and that's because we had some we had some melting yesterday afternoon, and now all of that has refrozen. Any kind of limited melting we did get through the day yesterday because we had some sunshine and our temperatures did get above freezing. Again, all of that has now refrozen and it's causing some problems for us across the area. Generally speaking, temperatures are in the teens and 20s here early on, talking about 17 this morning in Mount Pocono, 20 only in Allentown, 22 in Reading, 23 in Trenton this morning, 25 in Millville, 26 as you step out the door officially in the city itself. Now, winds are not overly strong, about 5-10 miles an hour for the most part out of the north, but that's still making it feel very uncomfortable, feeling even like 6 this morning in the Pocono Mountains. Your forecast for the next few hours, we go from the 20s to the low 30s, Jim, by about lunchtime. And look at that, we only top it out at 34 degrees today. Get ready for another cold day tomorrow. I'll tell you when we can finally start to see those temperatures jump back to the 40s in the 7-day coming up.
Oh, boy. Well, checking out traffic right now, Matt, let's watch out for a crash in Exton, Chester County. This is on Route 100. The left lane is closed southbound at the Route 30 intersection. Emergency crews are on the scene there. By the way, an earlier accident has just cleared on the Route 422 eastbound ramp to 23. That's in Upper Marion. Now, road work is causing some full closures in that area, so keep that in mind. Well, all of the snow from Wednesday's storm quickly froze up, and it's a mess out there. Eyewitness News reporter Jan Carabeo is live in Manayunk with more on the cleanup efforts. Good morning, Jan.
Jim, good morning. We were just able to speak to a driver who was making his way through the area. He says most of the main roads are looking good, and that's what we're seeing here, too. This is Schurz Lane. You can see clear of snow and heavily salted. However, because it is so cold out here this morning, any moisture left over will be frozen. And no, not all the streets here in Manayunk look this good. The side streets and the sidewalks are going to be the big problem today. So let's take you to video to see some of the other areas here in Manayunk that need a little bit more TLC. This was a pandemic snowstorm, and it seems people reacted to it differently. So once the storm finally moved on yesterday, neighbors here in Manayunk, many still working from home, seemingly took their time to get out of their homes and start cleaning up. Some say they won't even start cleaning their cars at all. They plan on letting the sun and Mother Nature eventually do the work for them, since they don't plan on moving those cars anytime soon. But the city plows and salt trucks were moving along yesterday, working to make sure every street has at least one passable lane. Many neighbors here in Manayunk found this snow to be a welcome distraction. Eyewitness News spotted diners along Main Street last night, and even some adults took a turn at sledding. Neighbors here are also applauding the essential workers who are still out and about hustling to get all these streets clear.
The city's done a nice job of plowing the hills.
As soon as the snow stops, we come out here and we salt and we shovel because we don't want nobody falling.
Well, I don't think it's ever enjoyable digging your car out from the snow, but there's been worse times. You know, we were lucky and our car was on a flat space, at least here in Manayunk, which is a big plus.
We have seen worse conditions, but we haven't seen snow like this in almost 2 years, so everybody needs to remember how to drive in it and walk in it. I just heard a couple of people going down the sidewalk as we were talking about the other areas here in Manayunk that need cleaning up, and I looked over because I heard all this crunch, 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 crunch. That's what it's like out here this morning. The snow has frozen over, so it is crunchy and most certainly slippery, so make sure you take your time. In Manayunk, Jan Carabeo, CBS 3 Eyewitness News. Jim, back into you.
Watch your step. Thank you, Jan. Appreciate it. Breaking news right now. 4 people are shot in Philadelphia's Kingsessing neighborhood. Police were called to this home just before 4:30 this morning on the 1600 block of South Ithan Street. We're told that 3 men and 1 woman were shot. 2 of the victims are in critical condition. The other 2 are in stable condition. So far, no arrests have been made. Now to other news. According to Johns Hopkins, 3,656 Americans died from the coronavirus yesterday. That pushes the total number to more than 310,000 in the country. Meanwhile, a second vaccine is on track to be available in just a few days. Debra Alfarone has more from Capitol Hill.
Like we have a favorable vote.
An FDA advisory panel is recommending Moderna's coronavirus vaccine be authorized for emergency use.
It looks like the benefits outweigh the risk from what I've seen.
It comes 1 week after the same group of scientists endorsed Pfizer's vaccine.
Our vote was even more overwhelming tonight.
The FDA says it will work rapidly to authorize Moderna's vaccine. Nearly 6 million doses could start shipping out in the days ahead.
When people go to get their vaccine right now, it won't be a choice whether, I want Pfizer or I want Moderna.
Moderna's vaccine doesn't require the ultra-cold storage that Pfizer's does, meaning it can better reach rural communities.
We have finally turned the corner from just a defensive strategy around COVID-19 to, in fact, an offensive strategy.
The attending physician here on Capitol Hill told members of Congress they should unequivocally be vaccinated. Pfizer's doses are being made available to all 3 branches under government continuity requirements.
I look forward in the days ahead to receiving the vaccine myself.
Vice President Mike Pence and Second Lady Karen Pence will be vaccinated today. President-elect Joe Biden will get his as soon as next week.
I don't want to get ahead of the line, but I want to make sure that we demonstrate to the American people that it is safe to take.
Federal officials hope 50 million Americans will have gotten at least their first shot by February. Debra Alfarone, CBS News, Washington.
Meanwhile, Pennsylvania's Health Secretary, Dr. Rachel Levine, says vaccine distribution is going well across the state and delivery was not impacted by the snow. Officials say about 1,200 healthcare workers have been vaccinated so far.
This is really an enormous undertaking, and I want to thank our hospital partners for all of these efforts especially in the face of also taking care of the surge of patients that they are seeing.
The medical team at St. Christopher's Hospital for Children in Philadelphia received the vaccine yesterday. St. Luke's Hospital in Bethlehem also received its shipment of the Pfizer vaccine and started vaccinating frontline workers. Dr. Levine stressed that even though the first doses of the vaccine have arrived, the virus is still a threat to most people. Meanwhile, Philadelphia's 911 dispatchers say they are inadequately protected against COVID-19 while on the job. Now they're voicing their concerns to city leaders. Eyewitness News reporter Greg Argos tells us about their complaints and the city's response.
Stay on the phone with me and keep me updated. I'm starting the ambulance and the medic server.
We are the first line of defense.
567-0700.
The first person they call is 911, and that comes through Philadelphia 911 Police Dispatch.
And Michelle Akins-Lean has been a dispatcher there for more than 2 decades.
We love our job. We love what we do.
But she and others are concerned about working conditions at the dispatch room at Philly Police Headquarters.
That we are basically become the collateral damage of the police department.
In a Zoom meeting with city leaders Thursday afternoon, Michelle and other dispatchers outlined what they claim are dangerous working conditions for a pandemic, including cramped spaces and not enough barriers.
Right now we have, I think, 6 dividers for 43 people. There's no way possible because of the way the room is set up that we can ever be 6 feet apart.
On top of that, Michelle says dispatchers work with partners who need to coordinate and communicate between the caller and first responders sent to the scene.
Not like you just get up from dispatch and walk away like you're in a relay race. Like you tap the next person, you keep going. You have to physically sit there and explain to them it is frowned upon if we sit and talk to our partners, if we sit here and assist our partners.
To date, more than 30 dispatchers have contracted the virus, and those not sick are working long hours.
We are working beyond hours. I mean, we do our 8 hours. Sometimes we do 12 hours voluntarily. It's never enough. So we're tired.
In a statement, a police spokesperson writes in part, quote, like many of our districts and units within the city, police radio is experiencing many of the ongoing challenges related to COVID-19. He continues, we will continue to work with our police communications dispatchers to ensure that we make improvements to their workplace experience. Those changes, according to the spokesperson, include creating steady shifts and hiring more dispatchers. Michelle hopes the improvements help the people who are answering the call when you need help the most.
We hear every mother's cry when their son gets shot and killed. We hear every father's cry when something happens, and we are the first ones that they talk to.
Greg Argos, CBS 3 Eyewitness News.
Turning to weather now, Matt, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention your fancy shirt today.
Oh, do you like it?
It's very, very Zoolander-like, you know.
I would do blue steel.
A gift from your mom, I understand.
Yes, it was a gift from my mom.
Nice.
You know, I gotta give a shout out to Mom Peterson this morning because she picks the best gift. She really is a great gift giver. So I did not pick up that gene, unfortunately. I do the dad thing where I'm just this looks good. Let's just do that.
Well, it's Christmas time, so hopefully there'll be some more stuff under the tree.
I have the gifts for under the tree. I don't know if they're going to be the right one. We'll have to wait and see. You know what we're also waiting on? Cold temperatures that are going to be rolling in as we go through the nighttime hours tonight. Some of the coldest air that we've seen across the Delaware Valley maybe since February of earlier this year. Down to where's the shore points in South Jersey and only in the 20s as you head up into the Pocono Mountains. Good ski weather, though, if you're someone that wants to strap the skis on. Forecasted lows tonight. Like I said, the coldest air that we've had since February, dropping it down to 18 tonight in the city. 10 in Mount Pocono. Wouldn't be surprising, though, if you see a couple of single digits as you head a little bit further north. Future weather, not too much to talk about today. It's just sunshine for us. Some hit-and-miss cloud cover on Saturday afternoon and into the evening. And then a weak disturbance comes in on Sunday. Now, highs will be near 40 degrees, but it could bring a couple of spotty sprinkles out there to Philly and maybe points towards the shore. A couple of flurries then as you head a little bit further north. And actually, if you see a snowflake or two in the city itself on Sunday, not overly surprising either, but it's not a whole lot that we're really overly concerned with or really thinking about. So 30s Friday, Saturday, 40s on Sunday and Monday into Tuesday as well. Jim, we could see 50s by Christmas Eve, but that could come with maybe a stray rain shower, too.
Something to look forward to. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. Well, still to come on Eyewitness News this morning, more hope on the horizon in the fight against COVID-19. Healthcare workers in our area have begun receiving the vaccine. We'll be joined live by 2 local nurses to talk about what it means to them. And are the Sixers ready to trade Ben Simmons? Find out what a Sixers executive is saying. That's next in Eyewitness Sports.
Check a new car off your holiday list during the model year-end clearance event at Connocelli Autoplex in Conshohocken. End the year with our best offers on over 2,300 new and pre-owned Toyotas.